Good morning, y'all. So yesterday was a really big day, and we reached our initial fundraising goal for the Sedna Gong, and we are so excited to be able to purchase that. We do have a stretch goal today of $5,000 because we want to be able to buy. Part of the gong techniques are that there's different types of mallets that you can purchase to create different sound effects. Like this gong is capable of making so many different types of sounds that we want to be able to purchase like the full range of the mallets, and you have to buy like a really nice stand to hang the gong on. That makes
Lots
a difference.
Accessories.
There's accessories, and so we would really love to accessorize our gong, and so we have a stretch goal today of $5,000, and our campaign closes at 2:22 p.m. We are so grateful that we're going to get this gong. And we've been like geeking out over like Sedna, and because this is a Sedna gong. So there's different types of gongs out there. And there's one subset of the gongs are planetary gongs.
They're similar in sound to the symphonic gongs, but they're mathematically calculated to the placement of, ours would be Sedna, lining up to the sun and the moon. So those calculations are incorporated into the toning of the gong.
Yeah.
Maybe you can touch on Sedna.
Yeah. And so from my astrology background, Sedna is a dwarf planet that I look at in people's charts because she is an Inuit goddess. And it is, they named this dwarf planet that's out past Pluto. It's like the furthest out dwarf planet in our solar system. They named this planet Sedna. Astrologically, it's connected to the consciousness of this Inuit goddess and to her story. And there's multiple versions of her story, but the overlying themes of her story are betrayal, because her father literally cuts her fingers off as she's clinging on the side of his boat. He has like attempted to rescue her from a very bad marriage. And then he is as they're being pursued by this angry part man being, he decides to throw his daughter overboard. And she's clinging onto the sides of the boat. And as she's clinging, he cuts off her fingers, her hands, her arms, and those become the seals, the walruses, the dolphins, and the whales, all the sea mammals. And Sedna sinks to the bottom of the sea. In astrology, I look up where this dwarf planet is in people's charts, and if it is significantly placed or aspected, it speaks to ways they deal with feelings of betrayal, abandonment, but also regeneration, because she did become this immortal goddess of the sea that was then worshipped or connected with, related to by the shamans of the Inuit. They have to go and make offerings to her so that they can have calm seas and bountiful animals in the sea for them to hunt. So one of the things we want to do once we get this gong is offer an evening where we look at where Sedna is placed in people's charts astrologically, and then create an intention for you to work through and heal those issues of betrayal and abandonment and how they play out in your own life using the tones of this gong.
Mm-hmm. And they're really low tones.
Deep
and
low.
Yeah, it's gonna take you really far out there. So it's gonna be a process of going through your subconscious, and it's gonna be deep. It's gonna be amazing, but not for the faint of heart.
This is like deep sound work, and it really will transport you places. People come back from these sound baths, and we haven't even used the gong yet, but they come back from these sound baths and they're like, what was that? Like, I just went somewhere.
I also love the reference. I just realized this of Sedna being the farthest out.
The
at the bottom of the sea, like as above, so below.
Yes.
That reflective property. Anyway.
That's awesome. Yeah. So she is the goddess of the sea, and she is also this planet that's the furthest out in our solar system. Love that. Okay, so we're going to be geeking out over Sedna. If you want to learn more, if you like to geek out over this stuff too, follow our Kickstarter page, because we're going to be posting more information about all of this stuff, about the Sedna Gong, about Sedna in myth and astrology, about ways to really connect with and work with her energy, because we are in this time of this rising feminine, the divine feminine, and it's a time that is asking us to do a lot of our own deep personal work and healing around the ways we have abandoned and rejected and betrayed parts of ourselves, the effects of growing up in a society and a culture that collectively betrays and abandons the feminine. These are really important and relevant themes right now. And there is work we can each do to both resource and nourish ourselves as we confront this pain and this trauma, and also ways to transmute it. And that's one of the reasons we were just so passionate about getting the Sedna Gong. And again, we're so thankful for all the support. And if you wanted to donate and you haven't yet, you still have until 2:22 p.m. today to contribute. There's still rewards available, so you will get something in exchange for your donation. And we're just super grateful and excited to do this deeper healing work with y'all.
So grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mwah! Bye.